from My News 26 and CCTV. It's high school football, coming to you this season from schools throughout the region. This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's almost the start of the second quarter here from McBain High School. Score is 8-8. McBain scoring first on their opening possession. 9-yard TD catch, and then a 2-point conversion. Along that drive, a big 30-yard catch from Garrett Verberkmos. Kingsley followed it right back up. Aiden Mullen gets a 40-yard TD, and they get the 2-point conversion. Jason, you got some sponsors and some people behind the scenes for us?
Yeah, they tonight we're sponsored by our presenting sponsor of Cadillac Castings, also Fox Motors of Cadillacs, LC Material, McBain Family Pharmacy, Pizza Plus, and Cadillac Tire. And we'll get our people in the booth in just a second. McBain is coming out, and Kingsley runs the first play here. And
now that was a third down run up the middle, and they're definitely going to be short here. We'll see what they do. I don't know. I didn't catch any kicking action going in warm-ups here, but let's see if they're going to toe this or go for it on 4th and 5 from about the 16.
Looks like they are going to go for it. And
Inthazone gets the play from the sideline, brings it to the huddle. It's a big play, Jason.
Yeah, big play for McBain, and they need to be awake of the play-action pass and the counter here probably.
Inthazone keeps it and rolls left, tosses it out, but that is not going to go anywhere as number 35, again, with a big hit out there, Logan Vandenbos.
Yeah, he snuffed that out pretty quick, and that's a well coached there where he can know that they're going to try to run to the wide side of the field like that, and he didn't bite on the fake and ends up getting the ball back for McBain.
All righty. So McBain takes over on downs, and now we go back to the spread offense with no huddle, Jason.
Yep, it is a tale of two different offenses tonight. It looks like McBain all has the wristbands, and they're getting the plays, and that's it's difficult to do the first game of the season to have that all prepared, but it looks like they're ready to go.
Seelan takes the snap here. 34 is in motion, and it's a fumble up the middle. Comes right back to him. Probably a smart choice on his part. Just grab it and fall forward.
Yep, get what you can, and those are the things you have to prepare for when you have a spread offense like that. There's a lot of room to run. So 2nd and 10. They didn't lose any yardage, but they lost it down on the fumble there.
So they're looking at the sidelines, getting the signals in.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of two-way players for both teams on there. And
yeah, both teams looking to have about 20, 22, 3, 4 players each. Another fumble. That play looked off from the get-go. Logan Raudenbaugh, I'm not sure if he was going to be getting a hand off. That snap happened right as he was in motion.
Yep, Gavin Seelan, it's 2 in a row. He had to pick up the fumble on. It looked like the guy in motion wasn't sure whether to go in front or behind him.
That's kind of what I was reading that at. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 13 maybe.
Yep, they're pretty fortunate here to actually still have the ball.
I'm going to guess they're going to look for number 11, Verberkmos, on this. Let's see what happens. He's just not going to have any room to throw. Run out of bounds by number 26 right there for Kingsley.
Yep, that's a tough play to make.
Devin Hager.
Running to your left and having to throw to the right, but
he does pick up probably eight yards on that, but he needed a little more. It gives him a little bit of room for this punt.
Yep. Kingsley brings in their punt return team, and Bain's set to punt it away.
That's Payson Caballero back for Kingsley. And who's taking this punt for McBain? Now Sealand with that punt.
Sealand punt.
3-3. Oh, he gets a nice roll on that.
It's going to go down to the 23-yard line of Kingsley, and there's a flag.
There's a flag. While they're sorting that out, Jason, you want to give us who's working in the truck tonight and who's out on our cameras?
Absolutely. So tonight our director is Heather Stilson. Cody Buck.
Kaylee Buck.
Kaylee Buck, sorry, is on the camera. Wyatt Van Dynen.
He's on camera right now, I think.
All right, and then Rain Johnson Hill and Morris Lang were there.
Yeah,
also.
Morris, I think, is on his way. I'm not sure if he's made it yet. Good to have Morris here. We hear from the truck.
So we got a holding against Kingsley here.
Yep. That's probably going to set him back a little further. It depends on when that occurred, wouldn't it? If it occurs after the punt, then you just move back, right?
Correct, yep.
But if it occurs before the punt, then it's a first down. Is that how that works, Coach Jason?
Yeah, I think you are correct.
Be the first time this year.
So they actually are going to just tack it on the back, it looks like. Yep, so it must have been during the return, and during the return a hold puts them back there. Once the ball is punted away, it kind of changes.
Possession, yep.
Yep.
Well, kind of what you expect to see early season here.
Yep.
Last couple of possessions, some sloppy play on both sides.
You know, teams can scrimmage and they can do anything they want with even other teams, but when it comes down to actually putting the pads on, the jerseys you wear on Friday nights, it's totally different. McBain looked a little confused. He's wide open.
He's wide open. That's a nice play call right there. I don't think they're going to catch Mullen there. Aiden Mullen on the catch and run. Goes probably 70 yards just on the run, Jason.
Yeah, he just tacked on the penalty that they got right on his touchdown catch.
So Aiden Mullen with a big first half right here. That's his second touchdown.
You know, McBain was a little confused at the coverage there. They had a couple guys going up, a couple guys weren't set, and Kingsley had the right call for it.
Yeah, there was nobody that was going to make that tackle.
So Kingsley comes out in their spread extra point, and they see that McBain has got it covered, so they're going to just kick it.
In the zone is the holder here.
Look like
and
a little
Caballero is kicking.
False start there for
offsides, I think we saw.
McBain
that might change what Kingsley does here. Is they'll be a little closer now.
They're going to bring in the offense and try for two now.
At the 9:14 mark of the second quarter, Kingsley with a quick strike play right there.
Yeah, nobody was going to catch him once he got in the open field, was he?
Looked like you running out there, Jason.
Yeah. Was he hobbling?
So they do line up to go for two here. And he's got two. Right up the middle. That's number 22 right there. Caden.
Lars Johnson.
Lars Johnson with the 2-point conversion. That'll bring it to 16-8, Jason.
16-8, and still lots of time left in the second quarter. You know, and it's a definite momentum swinger when you come out and have a long play like that. So Kingsley has answered a couple scores to McBain's first opening drive.
What a beautiful night. Not hardly a cloud in the sky right now. Big, long shadows on the field.
Yep, it's still pretty warm with the helmets and pads on, and the refs are making them water up quite often. But you're right, it definitely drops cooler, and You know, it's a little different when you start this early in the season with high school football. They go from now when it's 80 degrees to
snow on the field at the end of the year. Yep. Nice crowd here tonight. A lot of folks on the Kingsley Stag sideline, and McBain as always. Bleachers well filled. Payson Caballero set to kick for Kingsley. And here we go. That's one of the upbacks right there. I think that's number 8.
McBain had a wall kind of left here, and he had to run a long way, but he ended up gaining about 20 yards on it. But
that was Auden Ealing, that return.
So McBain opens with Kingsley tonight, and then they go to
Morley.
Morley Stanwood comes here, and then they have Lake City here. So they have 3 home games to open it. Then they go to Everett, home against Pine River, home against Manton, Beale City, Lakeview, and Fremont.
A lot of home games early in the year here in McBain.
Yeah, so they got a pretty
good
heavy
start.
Yeah, 6 home and 3 away.
He's going to keep that right there. Sealing does. It's read nicely by number 40. Outside linebacker for Kingsley right there. Joe Lewis.
McBain's offense is kind of, they predicate on somebody has to bite on a fake, and if Kingsley doesn't bite, they're in trouble. So Kingsley actually looks pretty disciplined on that. You know, they've probably had time to watch some film on him, and
so we got Ethan Barton split wide here for McBain. He is right in front of their bench along with a couple of receivers. Just inside of him. He's going to keep that one. I think you read that one right.
Yeah, that quarterback read it's tough if you have a good quarterback. It's tough to defend. But he did gain some positive yards. It's going to be about 3rd and 6 for McBain at about the 36-yard line.
So it's 3rd down and quite a bit for McBain. We want to let our viewers know that this year, if you are interested in ordering any DVDs, we'll get you that information.
Here's a
do
pass
that right
play.
after this play.
Ooh, he kind of had him there. The receiver almost stopped running. That was intended for number 17.
I think that was 11, Garrett Verberkmos.
Verberkmos, yep.
So if you want to get DVDs, you can order, you can pre-order even. You can get a set of all 16 games that we cover this year. Or if you want just your hometown team, we have box sets available of Cadillac games, Manton, McBain, Mesick, and Lake City this year.
So number three to number 3 on the punt again. He gets another one.
And there's a flag. I think they hit the punter on that.
They did. I wasn't sure about that. You know,
well, they were close to. I think if they sell out on the block, they get it.
Yep, they're going to call roughing the punter.
I don't think you could do that action right that referee just did there, Jason. You probably fall over.
Not that graceful, I guess. You know, we talked about the schedules they have here.
Yep.
Kingsley actually goes and they're away tonight against McBain. Then they go home versus Ogama, Grayling, Traverse City, St. Francis, Kalkaska, Benzie, Glen Lake, Sheboygan, and then they'll end with Boyne City on October 19th.
If you're interested in those DVDs we mentioned a few minutes ago, you can go to cctv-cadillac.org, or you can go to the mynews26.com site. And certainly if you want to give a station a call, 577-1874.
Yeah, they're
they
great.
They can help you get those going.
Great birthday presents, graduation presents, Christmas presents, and we've heard some good feedback on a lot of people.
We have
those.
a lot of people putting them in, like you said, Christmas stocking stuffer or
Yep.
Or even for those seniors, you know,
So they
kind of a graduation present late in the year.
looks like they called.
Big run right here.
Looks like they called just running into the punter,
Yep.
not roughing the punter. And that got McBain up to 4th and 1, and then McBain actually went for it.
Logan Vandenbos with a big run right there. The last handful of yards carrying Owen Graves with him.
Yep, good play. And, you know, they spread it out like that. Those quick hitter plays are sometimes pretty effective.
Auden Ealing in the backfield with Sealand. Rodenbaugh goes in motion. Nice little footwork right there. We got I think
So
we
it's
got
gonna be
a
intentional grounding.
intentional
on it.
grounding,
There
yep.
has to be a receiver in the area.
So that'll set McBain back a bunch of yards.
Yep, and probably a loss of downs here. So it's going to be 3rd down, and I believe that's a 10-yard penalty.
You know, I can't remember if it's loss of down or not. I don't think it's loss of down in high school. I think it's just a penalty. We'll find out in a moment. So are you coaching any Pop Warner then?
Yep, just
Eli's team again?
it is. Yep, it came from practice tonight, and our first game is, I think all first games are September 8th. So
Saturday, September 8th.
yep, and if you're bored on a Saturday, I'm sure you can find a game where little guys are running around bumping into each other.
That's always a lot of fun to watch those future players
Yep.
do what they do. So that's a 15-yard penalty. Nope. 10-yard, Jason.
It was not
But
a loss.
not loss of down.
So McBain still in the spread, and they're going to try to get a big piece of it back here with
Run right
quarterback
up the
draw.
middle. Not going to get much on that as he just gets over midfield. We'll see if we can get some of the McBain offensive linemen here for you. We got Andrew Vanna, number 56, out there.
Patrick Wims is one of the wideouts here.
Owen Bonico wearing number 75. Called his name a bunch already today.
Yep, Owen Graves is a wideout on this side on this play.
Sealand takes a step back. And he gets away from one, gets away from a couple. He finds Ethan Barton, and Ethan is going to score off of a nice block right there behind the play by Justin Camphouse. I don't see any flags out there. Oh, I do see one flag, Jason. I don't know what they're going to call on that. Did you see anything? That block?
Well, Owen Graves is there, and there is a rule against a crackback block like that, but it's kind of a subjective rule if he can't see it coming. But I don't know. That's one where he's running directly at him. He should be able to see it.
Yeah, picking it up.
Yep, he should be able to see it.
I think that's a good call. So we get a 39-yard TD pass to Ethan Barton. Wearing number 88. He is a junior.
Yeah, good catch by him, and a great job by the quarterback. That was Sealand to not give up on the play. He actually was sacked, I thought, for a while, but he kept
Goes
fighting.
in motion on this one.
Nope, incomplete.
And incomplete. So the 2-point conversion fails, and at the 6:45 mark, score is now Kingsley 16 and McBain 14.
Yeah, it's a good comeback, answer there by McBain. They're one step away from being sacked and keep the play alive. That's why you never quit on a play.
Well, if you're watching this game here tonight, we want to let you know that it is rebroadcast this Saturday at 4 o'clock on Charter Cable Channel 13. You can watch it all over again. A pretty solid football game, Jason. A few possessions of some mistakes that you would expect to see, but
yeah,
good tackling, good heads-up play.
It's kind of it's a fun game to watch when you have two different sides of the types of offenses running. One's a full house T where they just pound it off tackle with the occasional counter and play action pass, and then McBain runs all spread where they have 3 receivers on one side, 2 on the other side, and they mix in some quarterback draws, some guys in motion, and it's totally different every time somebody touches the ball.
George Brown III set to kick here, and he slices her to the sideline, and it is going to go out of bounds at the 30, but that is a high school penalty.
And the rule is they can have them re-kick it from 5 yards deeper, or they can take it at the 35, and most teams elect to take it at the 35, but I don't know. Kingsley's got some
speed in that backfield. Yeah, absolutely.
And you
anytime you can get the ball in Aiden Mullen's hands,
all he's got to do is get to the 35, and it's a positive play. But then again, long season ahead, and you don't want to play like this. But if he gets hurt, then you're kind of second guessing yourself. So Kingsley will take it at the 35 and roll with it. Same formation, full house T formation, double tight end, 3 running backs. A fullback trap right up the middle.
That's
and
red.
35 for Kingsley.
Vandenbos again. He's got a boatload of tackles here in the first half. Caballero with that carry gets about maybe 2 yards.
Second and 8 for Kingsley.
A little bit of a blitz right here. And Kingsley had the right call made.
Yeah, they caught him off guard. And Kingsley actually seems to keep a pretty consistent snap count. And McBain's starting to try to time it up a little bit. They might have to go on 2 or...
That was Hayden Mullen with the first down carry on that. Tackled by Caden McGillis, wearing number 22, a sophomore here for McBain High School. 1st and 10 from just about the 50-yard line.
McBain running a kind of a 4-4 defense. And
into zone with that carry. He gets about 2. Brought down inside by number 4 for McBain. Cade Brown.
So 5:30 left, and we're in a tight one, 16-14. Kingsley's up on McBain. Ball's at the midfield here. Kingsley marching down.
We saw Daniel Rodenbaugh on that tackle also. And back to Mullen. He's going to get 4 or 5 yards there.
Brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 3 for Kingsley. Maybe 4.
Brandt Bonico with that tackle. Brandt is just a freshman here at McBain.
Yeah, they have just 1 freshman and 2 sophomores. Watch
3rd
out.
and 4.
Watch out for the counter. Nope.
Nice job by the right side of Kingsley line there, because there was a little collision in the backfield.
Yeah, they kept
on
moving
the snap, or on the handoff.
Moving their feet. They moved the pile, and that proved to be enough. Looks like he's going to be. I think he's got it. No?
No signal yet. Yep, there it is.
There it is.
First down.
We had a good view from up here.
Yeah, it's right on our line of sight here. 4:26 to go here in the first half. Kingsley leading by 2. Nice move up the middle right there, but by Bonico, but
Yeah, the quarterback
Kept that one,
kept it,
didn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
into
Fooled
zone.
me.
He was kind of slow in the fake there, but that's part of the play is, you come running out of there super fast, it's a dead giveaway, you have it. So he just kind of methodically ran out here, and
Well, just kind of picked up
McBain,
5 or 6 yards. You can see the moon starting to come up across the field from us, Jason, just
yeah.
above the tree line there. Close to a full moon here tonight. You're watching 26 Sports and CCTV broadcast of high school football. It's opening night here at McBain. McBain finds himself down by 2 to the Kingsley Stags. That is read really well right there. I think that's number 3, Gavin Seelan, with that tackle in the backfield.
That's a case where he just timed it up, and he was coming off the edge, and ended up the ball was going right there. So he made a nice tackle on the play.
Some adjustments, I think, on this possession. You see McBain kind of creeping up a little bit.
They can do that, but Kingsley.
They've shown they can throw.
Yep, and Kingsley can really probably take advantage of it.
Yep.
If they need 5 yards.
Here they come again. They got him. Now there were 3 guys coming right up the middle on that play, Jason, and
that was a broken play. I think it looked like they.
I think the line or the backfield saw what was coming and nobody wanted the ball.
You keep it. No, you keep it. I guess you keep it. So it's going to be 4th and 10. They're actually bringing in a receiver for number 75 for Kingsley, Nate Ames. Looks like number 88, Patrick Wims, is coming out. And
we got a whole bunch coming in here.
Looks like they're going to punt it.
Well, and who do we got back for McBain here? Is that number 8? Can't see that number here. Jason's got to turn his body a little bit there.
Good spot to fake it right here, but.
Oh, high snap into zone, catches it. I think that might have got tipped.
Gets a good roll. It's going to be down.
That's Cade Brown back there, and he decides not to pick it up.
Going to be down close to the 15-yard line.
So with 1:46 to go, I kind of expect McBain to be, maybe a little bit safe, but, they run that spread formation, and anytime you got Verberkmos out there, he's such a big target. We saw him last year make several outstanding just jumps and catches, and they showed up to him.
Well, at a time like this, they can go maybe 1 or 2 plays, try to get something, but if they don't, then they'll just slow it down. And on the flip side,
you got to use a little clock too.
Yeah, Kingsley's got them pinned pretty deep, and if they have some timeouts left, they could call them and try to get a quick score here too. Now, if you're Kingsley, you want to call timeout probably.
Yeah. So it looked like that was going to be a quarterback keeper, and Kingsley was running right into that. .120 and counting here. 2nd and about 17. I'm a little bit surprised Kingsley didn't use a timeout there, Jason.
Yeah, they must. They get that timeout, and then they get an incomplete pass.
They've been so close to blocking several McBain punts. Camphouse, he goes out of bounds, I think, which is not what he's going to want to do on that.
So he's got 3rd and still fairly long, 3rd and 7, 6.5, and he's gonna clock stopped here.
McBain gets play from the sideline. 2 receivers split to the far side, 2 to our side. Seelan steps back. He's got an open receiver.
It's going to be a 1st down.
That's Barton.
That's a very long throw to make, and if the Kingsley cornerback decides to jump that, it's a 6 points.
Seelan's got a pretty solid arm, and certainly you got a big target in Ethan Barton. He scored that last touchdown for McBain.
Yeah, he's a big, strong kid, and he made a nice catch there. McBain's got 4 receivers on the left side here and 1 on the right. Maybe they're going to throw it up to him.
Yeah, they are. And throws that a little high. Yeah, you were right, Jason. They kind of isolated Verberkmos over there, but that Kingsley pass rush.
He's got really no time to throw it over there.
Got number 75 for Kingsley out there. That's Nate Ames. Got 74, Dylan Case.
Yep,
You got
so
83,
30
Ian
seconds.
Sousa. There's some big guys right there. 16 is is Luke Siderman. They're all about 6'2 to 6'4 and good size.
And they move pretty well.
Second and 10.
Quarterback draw.
Solid tackling right there. He's going to be short.
Yep.
25 seconds to go, and McBain
Fourth
calls
down.
a timeout.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure that.
It's only third down, I think, Jason.
Oh, okay.
That's
there
why
you
they
go.
called that timeout. I don't think it's fourth. Yeah.
So 24 seconds left. It's going to be 3rd and 1. If they do get a first down, the clock will temporarily stop. But, I don't know.
Still a little surprised they called that timeout with 20 seconds to go
and I'm
in a long field.
And I'm surprised Kingsley did not call a timeout after the first sack.
Yeah.
So.
Nope.
But, that's just the coach's decision. They feel the game's going.
They know a lot more than you and I do.
And they,
mostly me.
And they got to take a temperature of their team. If they're tired and they need a break, you don't want to push them and make an error right now, because if Kingsley gets it, they got some firepower and a short field. Neither team obviously wants to give up a score before the half. So, are there any other local games going on right
tomorrow
now?
night we are covering a game in Mesick. Jeff Castile will be there, taking the helm for that game.
Mesick versus.
I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up, Jason. If you give me a moment, I'll have that. That is Pickford's coming down to Mesick. That's 8-man football.
Oh, yeah. Have you done an 8-man game before?
I have watched it. I have not broadcast one.
Yep.
Next week, Morley's back here at McBain. We're going to bring you that game, everybody. And we're also going to cover Lakeview traveling up to Lake City. Sounds like Cadillac Vikings are down by 14 at halftime, as I hear that in the back. There's a flag on this play. I think we got a little motion against McBain there.
Yep, it's an illegal shift against McBain, which I'm assuming Kingsley would probably decline.
Decline it, yep. Stops the clock. Let's see. We'll wait and see what these officials do. While they do that, Jason, you want to read off our sponsors real quick
absolutely.
here?
Our presenting sponsor tonight is Cadillac Castings, Fox Motors of Cadillac, LC Materials, McBain Family Pharmacy, Pizza Plus, and Cadillac Tire. So thank you again to those sponsors. If you would like to be part of a sponsor, you are welcome to call the phone number of the station at 577
1874.
1874.
My birth year. Yeah, so Kingsley's called a timeout with 19.8 seconds to go here. It's going to be 4th down in a little bit. Looks like they've declined that penalty. 4th and about 3. I would expect McBain to try and get this kickoff.
Yep, they got to punt it, and they got to. Doesn't have to be a killer punt, but they do need to get it off. And
we want to let everybody know when the half does end. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll get some snacks, and then jump back. And Jason and I will be back on air. We'll give you a little halftime wrap up of how the first half went.
Looks like the band is ready to perform out there. And
McBain's band is directed by Heather Wiggins. Yep, they're getting ready to go. I was talking earlier, Jason, it's first games are always tough on the teams, but, you got a band here. And then you got all the people behind the scenes, you know, the
Yep.
people at the gate. You got the sideline crew.
You know, one of the hard
Concessions.
things
It's a lot.
is to get it organized without everybody being in school. A lot of the workers, you know, work at the school so they can talk to each other. But you know, when they
and
start
McBain
early,
started this week. They
Did
had
they?
school yesterday.
Manton started, I believe. And
Yep. And that punt is off. It wasn't much of a rush that time.
It's going to bounce back.
Well, and McBain is smart. They aren't going to touch it for a few seconds. Yeah, they're smart.
Yep.
He just stood there and
So Kingsley's going to get one last shot, and if
8 seconds.
If it's anything like the last drive, they got enough
Yeah,
time.
they got a chance.
Ball's going to be at the 45-yard line of Kingsley, and it's be 1st and 10. Let's see if they come out in their full house tee, which is not necessarily a quick scoring offense, but
Way back deep, it looks like for McBain on this. Preventative measure is Verberkmos. 35 is Logan Vandenbos, and that looks like maybe 22 is Caden McGillis. We might see the three of them step back a bunch of yards here.
yeah, you know, one thing in a situation like this is just to get pressure on the ball.
Yep.
When a quarterback has all day to throw. So they're spread out a little bit. They got one receiver, shotgun formation here. Nope, not shotgun, sorry.
And we got a timeout. Timeout by McBain.
Yep.
You can't take them with you to the second half, and it's early in the year. You want to make sure you get your guys where you want them to be and thinking how you want them to think on a play like this. So if you're out there and you're heading back to school, or maybe you're already in school like some of these kids, if you are interested in joining our team, if you get a hold of your high school counselor, or if you get a hold of the Career Tech Center here in Cadillac, our camera work and stuff is all done by students of the CCT Center, and they can get you where you need to be, and we can get you here.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to do, and I say kids, but the kids, they're kids to us, right? When we're
Yeah.
older. Like the kids do a good job as to getting everything set up, and
it can turn into a career like it has here for Heather. She is joined the big ranks this year. She's directing the truck. Very, very pleased to have her do that. I think she did a little bit of that towards the end of last year.
Some basketball maybe.
She kind of has a knack for it. Right up the middle on this. And that's how our half's going to end here, Jason.
Looks like they're going to.
Did we get a timeout?
I think they did. There's 1.4.
Did they grant Kingsley a timeout on this?
Yep.
Okay.
Coach War was in the ref's ear right there.
Again, it's his first year. Kingsley looks to be a pretty sound program under his direction so far. And Pat Maloney's been here a long time for McBain, always a solid football team.
So 1.4 seconds left. You know, sometimes they try a trick play, or like before, something up the middle.
These are a lot of the things you haven't really worked on a whole lot.
No. Good
This
time
point in the season.
Good time to talk about it. And
so what are you teaching this year, Jason?
science and social studies.
Science and social studies. Sixth grade again?
5th grade.
5th grade?
Yep.
Okay.
So did they let you back, or?
Yeah, I haven't retired as I get to go on about my 30th year of 6th grade mathematics.
They just keep giving you a student teacher every year to help you figure stuff out.
And here we go, 1 point something seconds ago. So run up the middle. All right. So that'll end the half.
There's a lot of timeouts and a lot of talking for a couple.
Both teams are heading to the locker rooms here. We're going to take a break. You are watching high school football from McBain, Michigan, here on 26 Sports and CCTV. And Jason and I will be back in a moment to give you a little wrap-up of the first half.